Hello. I am so sorry. You know what? I don't want to say I'm sorry for not making videos. I'm sorry for not letting you know why I wasn't making videos. You guys have to understand, I'm not used to people realizing that I don't make videos. Normally nobody cares. So now people care and I don't know what to do about it. It's nothing crazy that happened. I haven't made a video in 2 weeks and the real only reason is I was in Miami visiting my family and I don't know, I just wanted to enjoy time with them and it just didn't feel right to sit down and do a video. I just wanted to like soak in family time and I just had a great time and it was awesome. Now I'm back home in LA and I don't know, I just feel like, okay, now we're back to our regular program schedule. That's not how that goes. Regular scheduled programming. I also need you guys to let me know because I did film some vlog footage in Miami, but it was before Christmas and I don't know if you guys want to see it at this point because it's so behind. If you do want to see it, I'll make that this Friday's vlog episode, but just let me know. By the way, I'm like super tired, so if you can like see my eyes closing, I'm super tired. Now to address the reason why we are all here to see the video that the title is about. Or to see my boobs. Sorry, not today. This story happened to me about 4 days ago. It's very fresh in my memory, very fresh in my mind. A lot of times when I'm doing a story time about a guy, I really feel uncomfortable doing it because I'm scared they're gonna see it, and although they might have been assholes, I still feel bad. Now this one I don't feel bad about at all. Alright, so let's just start. I was in Miami, but it was my last night before I left. And my flight was like at 7 in the morning, so I had to be awake by like 4 and at the airport by 5, and it was just horrible. But I was like, maybe I should do something even though it is my last night, and even though I do have to be up early, it is my last night in Miami. Like, I'm trying to get kissed on the lips. So I met this guy 3 days before I moved to LA a year and a half ago. Does that make sense? You still with me? No? Great. We're gonna call him Ruben because that's his name. Normally I would try to conceal someone's name in fear that they perhaps would sue me for defamation of character, but in order for him to sue me for defamation of character, he'd have to have character. So Ruben, I met him 3 days before I moved here and we had a connection. I met him at a bar, which is not the best place to meet someone, but he was cool. He was funny and we got along well and he bought me a shot. We didn't even kiss, we didn't do anything. We just exchanged numbers and then I moved to LA. And then when I was in Miami this last time, it was like 3 days before I left and he texted me Happy New Year and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about you. You know when you just don't even remember that someone exists, but then when they text you, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, we should make out sometime. I told him that I was leaving in 3 days and he's like, oh man, I would have loved to have seen you. And I was like, well, then just see me. And he's like, okay. He suggested we go to a wine bar, which in my opinion was like perfect because dinner can be kind of weird and bars can be weird, but like wine bars are like a good in between. You could talk, but then you could also just get really drunk. Now I didn't get really drunk because wine makes me more sleepy than drunk nowadays, so I never stay awake long enough to get drunk off of wine. Whatever, that had nothing to do with the story, but whatever. I get to the wine bar and he's there and he looks like Miles Teller's ugly brother. He bought the first bottle of wine and the wine in that place was so expensive it makes me want to die. Whatever, we get there, we're talking, we have good conversation. It's not amazing. I'm not like, oh my god, this person is the person for me. Oh my god, my life is complete. Oh my god. No, absolutely not. But it was good banter back and forth and we finished the bottle of wine he bought, so I bought a bottle of wine and we were like halfway through that when he suggested that we leave. And he's like, hey, my apartment's like right down the block. Do you want to go? I kind of like looked at him and was like, and he's like, oh no, I just like, I don't know, like I have a nice view and we could take the bottle of wine and just like go drink it at my place. And I was like, nice view, finishing my $68 bottle of wine. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I am still a naive fucking little girl and I think that if someone says, hey, let's just go enjoy a view and drink a bottle of wine, they mean, hey, let's go enjoy a view and drink a bottle of wine. But apparently, silly me, I didn't realize that although I was saying, hey, sure, I'll go to your apartment and enjoy the view and maybe talk to you and have a bottle of wine, to him, my lips were saying, fuck me right now. The second we get out of the wine bar, he starts making out with me, which honestly, I was all about, okay? I'm not gonna say that I wasn't about the makeout game. Makeout game was strong. I wanted a kiss on the lips. I didn't have a New Year's kiss, and I just wanted some love. But I already knew that I wasn't gonna have sex with him by any means. I was like, it's not happening. You know when you make like an executive decision, you're like, oh no, I'm not gonna look at that penis tonight. That was like how sure I was in my brain that I was not gonna have sex with him, but I was like, you know what? Enjoying a view, kissing a little bit, having some wine, that sounds like a great night. So we get to his apartment that he was like, it's super nice, has an amazing view. It had a nice view, but the apartment itself, The carpet in his room made me actually just want to not live anymore. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I told him, you know, being nice, I was like, oh yeah, it's a nice apartment. And he's like, yeah, I got the smaller room so I could pay less. And I'm just like, I'm okay. And he would just say things like that, like very bluntly. And then sometimes I would say a really funny joke, in my opinion, and he would just not laugh. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? So we go in his room and he was showing it to me. And then of course he starts making out with me. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I'll make out with you. But then that turned really quickly into, oh, you're pushing me onto the bed. Oh, no. So I very quickly said, hey, look, I don't know you. I'm not gonna have sex with you. I'm sorry, like, I'm just not. And he was like, oh, no, that's fine, that's fine. And I said, yeah, but you don't seem like it's fine. He goes, well, it's not, but whatever. Like, what? So I was like, okay, can you go get the glasses for wine? Because I want to drink the fucking $68 bottle of shit wine that I bought. Thank you very much. And he's like, yeah, sure. But then he started making out with me and ignored the fact that I really wanted those glasses. Like, do you think I'm playing? Do you think I spent $68 to go fucking leave this wine bottle at your house? I bought this shit with my own money. I'm going to drink this. You think this is a game, Ruben? This isn't a game. So he ignored the fact that I wanted the glasses and he kept making out with me, and I kept telling him, like, you're interrupting my sentences, you're not letting me talk. And he's like, and would start making out with me again. I'm like, no, like, stop doing that, you fucking weirdo. He just kept aggressively making out with me, and it was so annoying. And I got to the point where I wasn't even reciprocating the kiss anymore. I was just like, and he was doing all the work. Eventually he goes, so you really want the glasses for the wine? As if I was gonna be like, oh no, oh my god, you believed me? Like, no, I don't want the glasses. No, I wanna keep making out with your ugly face. So I told him, yeah, I do really want the glasses. I wanna drink the wine. And he came with the glasses. He turned off the lights as soon as we got into his room. So this whole conversation and shit is happening in the dark. Like me trying to sit up in the bed and have a conversation with him as he's just trying to make out with me, and he's getting progressively annoyed with me because I don't want to have sex with him. So I continue to just be like, oh, so wow, this view's really cool, and oh yeah, so when'd you move here, and like all this shit that I'm trying to come up with because I'm not gonna have sex with you. But this is all happening in a pitch dark room because he turned the fucking lights off. So he goes to get the wine glasses, and then he comes back and we fill it up with wine, but the wine almost spills everywhere because he doesn't even let me take a sip of wine before he starts making out with me again. I get it, my lips are soft, exceptionally soft, probably more soft than a lot of lips you've seen, but you know what? You need to simmer it down. Looking at my lips like they were the last fucking Coca-Cola in the desert. Good joke, Jessi. Whatever. So eventually he gets the fucking wine glasses and he just puts them on a table. Once he put the wine glasses down and it was just pitch dark in his room and he was just like making out with me, I'm like, you think you could buy me a $45 bottle of wine and then I buy the $68 one and you get sex? Not even prostitutes take that little. Gonna take a lot more to enter this flower garden. What? No, I'm sorry. So I made a joke eventually when I realized how pitch dark the room was and how shitty the situation was, and I was like, oh, very romantic. You really went out of your way tonight. And he goes, oh, hold on. And he ran out of the room and came in with a lighter and lit a Bath and Body Works candle. I think in his head he saw the scenario going very differently. Like he saw me smelling the candle and being like, holy shit. Take your pants off. He kept trying to make out with me until I literally would keep pushing him off and saying, stop, stop. Like, no, this isn't gonna happen. And every time that I said stop or no, he would like pull me closer and try to like arouse me so that I would wanna have sex with him. And it was really gross. A girl says she doesn't wanna have sex with you. She doesn't want to fucking have sex with you, stupid. Oh my god. Okay, this part of the story is actually really funny. We didn't do anything. I didn't see his thing. He didn't touch my thing. Nothing happened, which is what makes this part of the story so funny. So I was wearing a tank top. So like, you know, you could see some cleavage and stuff. And apparently he was a tit person. He loved the tits. And I, you know, like if you're making out with someone, they like grab a boob, you're like, okay. We were literally kissing and he suddenly made a swift movement from my mouth to in between my boobs and just goes, he motorboated me. I've never been motorboated before. I was just there like, oh god. I don't have huge boobs, so like, yes, you can put your face in between there, but there's a lot of room. So you're essentially motorboating the air. It was, oh my god, it was really, really bizarre. So after the motorboating, I was done. Once he realized that I was absolutely not gonna have sex with him and that, you know, that was it and I was done and I was not interested, he looked at me and was like, so, you gonna let me take you home or like a lift or something? To which I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get a lift. I order the lift and I start putting on my shoes, which I don't know how any human being can watch someone who's clearly hurt by something that you did. They're walking away, they're feeling like a piece of shit because you made them feel that way. And you're just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't know how that's even possible. And he's studying to be a doctor, which is like, oh my God, I hope you don't make it. We don't need doctors like you in the fucking field, you piece of shit. I start getting up and he was just like, well, I want you to know I'm not mad at you. And I stayed quiet. I was just like, in shock. And then he said, should I hit you up in LA if I'm ever there? And I looked at him and I was like, yeah, you know, when are you ever really gonna be in LA? And he goes, yeah, you're right, I was just saying that. I was just so in shock with everything that was happening. I was like, okay. And then I started walking out and he goes, well, let me walk you to the door. And I was like, oh, you're such a gentleman, thank you. I can find it myself. And I just walked out, and the second I got out of his fucking apartment, I blocked him on everything, and now I'm making this video. I don't know if you've looked in a mirror lately, but you are not cute, okay? You need to have a good personality. That's how shit balances out. So basically I got out of the building, I called Lily, I started crying, and then after that I was like, nah, fuck this guy. I cried for like 2 minutes until I realized, like, honestly, this guy is such a piece of shit. I just never have had that happen to me before, and for someone to expect sex from you, and then when you don't give it to them, completely just be like, all right, so you're leaving now or what? It's just such a lack of caring for a fellow fucking human being, because the way that, like, he could not care less if I got home safe or not, the way that he completely just disregarded my feelings as a person, it's so bizarre to me. This story wasn't very funny. It was just something that happened to me that I really wanted to share with you guys. I'm sure that there are girls and guys that have been through this same scenario where someone just completely uses them, and when you don't allow them to use you, they make you feel like a piece of shit for it. You don't owe anyone anything, especially not a fucking guy that bought you a $45 bottle of wine. I just want to share these stories and share awareness around the fact that we're not fucking alone, you're not a piece of shit, and at the end of the day, we just have to realize that we're fucking worth way more than Miles Teller's little ugly brother. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Share your experiences. Let's create a fucking conversation on this. I want to talk to you guys and hear what you guys have to say on this topic. And if you're a guy and you've ever done this to someone, or if you're a girl and you've ever done this to someone, I hope that this makes you rethink ever doing that to someone again. You would hate for it to be done to you. Let's all treat each other like, what's the word? Fucking human beings. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday now. I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.